What's good, B-Sounds? It's your boy, Kit Kinraid, and welcome to Coffee with Kid. It's getting very close to Christmas, and despite my appearance, I've been having a slight problem balancing my existential dread and my Christmas joy. So I put together a playlist of tunes that, to me, are Christmassy without being Mariah Carey. And I thought, you're a human being too, you enjoy music, maybe I'll share. So here I am, sharing some what I think are rare Christmas bangers. I don't know how I'm going to get away with playing them to you, or if I'm going to get away with playing them to you, so I have put them in a YouTube playlist which you can help yourself to. We'll just go through it and listen to a bit, if YouTube lets me let you listen to a bit, and talk about why they're so bloody great. I have one earphone in, so let's go.
Ready?
This is The Baby by Family Force 5. Family Force 5, if you don't know, are a Christian crunk band. So that's like southern rap rock. It's amazing. They're such a good band, or they were such a good band. Their modern stuff I'm not so bothered about. They've definitely lent into the sort of worship music sort of thing since their lead singer, who's called Soul Glow Activator, left. And their modern stuff sort of sounds like a lot of other bands, but their old stuff only sounds like Family Force 5, and it is excellent. You might have actually heard them. They're in, the Breaking Bad movie, El Camino. They have a tune on that. I think they're in like a biker bar or something. And this tune, The Baby, I think is an absolute banger. It bops. It's just like, it's got all the ingredients for being Christmassy, but it's also got all the ingredients for drinking tequila, and I think that's a good thing. So from the high point of that, I'm going to drop you right down into something that you might hate. It's Christmas Card from a Hooker in Minneapolis by Tom Waits. And the good thing about me having to do this as a YouTube playlist as opposed to a Spotify or Apple Music playlist, which I couldn't do because some of these songs are rare, is that you get to hear the actual best version of this, which is a live version. He segues from Silent Night into this story and then back out into Silent Night, and it is so good to me. I know it's a miserable sound, but it's so Christmassy to me. And it's the story of this woman, and she's writing to an ex-lover just saying like, life is great, things are going good, I've got a lovely husband, I live a great life. And then at the end of the story, it turns out that she's lying the whole way through. Everything is miserable. She needs to borrow money to pay a lawyer to help her make parole, and she's going to be out on parole on Valentine's Day. And it's just so... it's human and heartbreaking and incredible in a way that only Tom Waits can do, I think. I think you'll know also in the first 20 seconds whether you enjoy it or not, because his voice is Marmite. I remember the first time I heard Tom Waits, I was driving in a van to a gig, and the guy driving the van was like, you gotta listen to this, it's my favourite artist of all time. And I was like, what is this? This sounds like cheese graters. I realise now that I was young and wrong. That's fine. And now we will start our ascent back into the less miserable. So my next choice is On Christmas Day by Magnum. And this is personally an important song for me because one of the highlights of my musical career, if you can call it that, was my band supported Magnum on part of their European tour. And I guess the tour must have been around Christmas because they played this on the tour. I think it was like maybe the last song of the set every night. So listen to this song live every night for quite a while. It just brings back good memories for me. But also, it does have all the ingredients of a Christmas song, but just like rockified, and it's got a big like triumphant chorus, and it just makes you feel good, man, I think. Next up, All I Want for Christmas Is You by My Chemical Romance. I know I said no Mariah. It's technically not Mariah. I love the way they've managed to take a song that you know really well and then put a twist on it, basically only in the performance, that somehow changes the meaning of the song. Just through instrumentation and vocal performance, they've made it almost like stalkery or desperate as opposed to being like really, really nice. And I love it. There's a really good bit, the standing outside your door bit. It's so good. Continuing our ascent, Jacob Collier, the Christmas song, as in Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. So this is a classic Christmas song, but completely, what do you call it, a cappella. If you don't know Jacob Collier, he is an actual legitimate genius. Sometimes I can hear him start to do something and I'm like, that's not gonna work. And it works on 100% of the time. He's a shitbag and I'm a bit addicted. I love his stuff. And he's got this annoying quality. When I say annoying, I mean like, you know, when somebody's so good at something, it's just really irritating. He wasn't born like this. He practiced and learned, the same as anything else. I'm not trying to take away from anything about him or that he's done. When I first heard his voice, I thought, that's not a good voice. And then I thought about it some more and I was like, why? I've never heard him miss a note that wasn't deliberate, because he sings microtonally as well. I don't know, it's a beautiful voice. It just shouldn't be interesting, but it is. And he uses it like a watercolor brush. It's like there's a very fine amount of pigment and a lot of water, and he's just painting, and all these layers come together, and it is stunning, absolutely stunning, and I highly recommend you listen to it, which is why it's on my playlist. Next song. This one's a banger. Christmas in L.A. by Vulfpeck. It's so good. It's got a really funky, joyful feeling. It strongly reminds me of the Jackson 5, but without the child abuse. I really enjoy Vulfpeck's song when they nail the composition. I think Vulfpeck are so very good and so very talented that sometimes they forget that songs are supposed to be enjoyable. Or maybe it's just not for me, and that's totally fine. But if there isn't something that either resonates deeply or is catchy, then to me it's sort of not a song. And Vulfpeck, for me, I think are a great showcase of what's possible, but often not that good of songs. And I could be completely wrong, and it's just my opinion, and you can disagree with me, that's totally fine. But this one, everything has come together. It's amazing. It is cheerful and catchy and clever and great. I love it. You should definitely check it out. Doo-dood, doo-dood. Do-do-do-do. And lastly, if you're English, then this isn't going to be a rare pick for you, but I just found out that this never charted at all in America. Christmas Time, Don't Let the Bells End by The Darkness. If you're American, what's wrong with you people? It's absolutely classic rock. It's like Queen meets Aerosmith meets AC/DC meets ABBA? This one is just a great Christmas rock song in that classic rock style, and it's worth a listen. It was sort of designed, I understand, just to be able to say bell end on TV, on British TV, like they got to say bell end on BBC by saying don't let the bells end, and, you know, dropping the S. I appreciate that kind of childishness. I'll not talk about it too much because chances are you're British and you know the song very well, but if you aren't, check it out. It's quality. I think they also say ring piece in it, which, you know. So there you go, 7 songs. There's about half an hour of your time. I hope that you can use it to trick yourself into feeling Christmassy, you know, because it's not exactly what you expect, but it does underneath carry the Christmas joy, and I hope it gets you to that good place, man, because we all need some good place, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you think this was a good idea, whether you would prefer I stick to fitness, or whether I'm allowed to sort of, you know, dance around the topic, because a bunch of you said that you really enjoyed the Rocky review, which is sort of fitness related because, you know, they're inspirational figures and there's exercise involved, and, you know, even got David Goggins off the couch, so fitness related, I'd say. But this is not fitness related at all, obviously. So if that's irked you, let me know. If you enjoyed this, let me know. And whatever you do, get them gains. Be well.